Tyrannosaurus. Siellä lähdetään sitä vasta. 2 minuuttia menee. Siellä on truppia. 100 000 tänne aika nopeasti. Menee kaikki muutkin tonne Tyrannosaurusta, että ehtiikö ennenkä se kaatuu. Koska tonne pitää mennä tosi nopeasti, kun se ilmestyy, kun se tapetaan niin nopeasti. Siellä on 44%. Siihen kannattaa hyökätä heti uudelleen niin kauan kuin se on sitten. Pälä. Katsotaan siitä saadaan palkinnon.
Monet ystävät lähtenyt sen takia, kun mä oon tullut raskaaksi. Mulla on välillä semmoinen yksinäinen olo, että sen takia mä oon tosi riippuvainen tuosta elämästä. Joka kerta kun hän lähtee töihin, niin on aina viesti, että tuleeko sä joko minkä takia tuut ja tällainen.
Oho, tuo sanoo tuo nainen, että lähtenyt ystävät, kun hän tuli raskaaksi, mutta olisikohan se kuitenkin vaan mielikuvaa, se, että lähtee ystävän, että, koska harvemmin ne oikeat ystävät nyt sen takia lähtee, että niin. Niin, että olisiko se enemmänkin, että kaverit menee uusiksi, mutta eipähän ne ystävät voi mennä kyllä. Tai jos menee, niin ei ne mun mielestä niinku ystäviä ole silloin. No niin. 231 000 damagea tuli. 131 miljoonaa vielä on sillä. Sinne heti uudestaan sitten. Kun ehtii. Possible luotsu. Kyllä sinne näköjään porukkaa tallaa tonnekin. Joo.
Ei todellakaan yksin.
Sillä aikaa voisi katsoa, mitä täällä on. Joo.
Meillä on sovittu silleen, että kun mulla käydään koulussa,
Hospitaali. 2 minuuttia olisi vielä tuolta tulossa. No, katsotaan. Paljon sieltä saisi tuolta. Kyllähän sieltä saa juttuja. Meiltä tulee WhatsApp-viestiä. Full speed. Katsotaan. Katsotaan sitten full speed. Kato, sieltähän tuli napsahti. Täydet pojot. Se oli ihan hyvä. Research Master meni. Täältä tuli. Kompleette. Quests. Okei, sieltä tuli. Inkompleette. Diplete. Ja. Sinne vaan uudelleen. Tyrannosaurus.
Hipaise ensin ylös ja sitten alas. Toista tarkkaavassa.
Jos ehtii. Hyvin. Aiko. Noin. 2, 4, 2, 3, 2, 2, 2, 1, 2. Tuo ei oo kyllä viisasta mun klaanikaverilta, että lähtee tonne keltaisten alueelle. Koitetaan lurettaa tuolta tolleen. Tyrannosaurus.
Pidempään. Sen huomaa, että hän oikeasti yrittää sen, minkä just hänelle on niin mahdollista toteuttaa.
Voisi katsella videoita ja muuten käyttää vaikka. Totta kai sitä alkaa pyörittelemään niitä asioita ja miettimään sit vähän niin kuin laajempaa kuvaa siitä koko systeemistä. Joo.
Millainen sun unelma on?
En mä tiedä.
No niin.
Muuten se ei ole unelma. Summille joskus ihanan huoneen, semmoisen prinsessahuoneen.
Jaa. Oletko sinne kaupunkiin vai maalla vai?
Mä en tiedä sitäkään.
Haluatko olla sellainen kotiäiti vai?
Mä tiedän. Kotiäitiys on hieno asia.
Mutta eihän se ikä kerro sitä. Kyllähän ihan niinku 30 voi olla huono äiti. Millainen on sun unelma? Tulevan aviomiehen tulisi olla.
Hyvä lasten kanssa sen täytyy olla. Ja ei se ulkonäkökään välttämättä ole se kaikki kaikessa, mutta täytyy silloin jotain ulkonäköäkin olla.
Silloin kun mä tapasin Eemmelin ekaa kertaa, huomasin, että mus ja Eemeli on tosi paljon samaa, että niin kuin me halutaan aina. Se on kyllä semmoinen tosi mukava.
Mä saatan siihen lisätä loppumaan, että mä haluan lisätä sinne kyllä vielä sitä. Ota sit noin.
Kiitos.
Virinä ja vilskettä ja nyt sitten olla pikkuhiljaa olla rauhoitettu, että ollaan päästy siitä pahimman teilihomman ohi. Tällainen, joo. Onko teillä Laura käynyt katsoa sitä uutta vuokra-asuntoa?
Ei, kyllä niitä on kahtia. Ei niitä ole jäljellä.
Mihin päin?
Varmaan tullut.
Okei. No kyllähän on muuttunut ihan valtavasti. Hän on ollut vähän taipuvainen niin kuin joskus teini-aikana välillä.
Joo, ei se haittaa vaikka puhua. No ei haittaisi. On nauhoitus. Mä tässä metsästän yhtä örkkiä tän. Nauhoittelen tässä samalla, mutta ei se nyt kauhean tehdä.
Toivotaan, että kaikki on hyvin. Joo. Joo. Okei. Siinä kun mä makasin pöydällä, niin lääkäri selitti aika paljon kaikkea ja meni vähän toiset korvat sisään toiset tulos, mutta pyysi kaikkiin vaikutuksiin. Enlaista soveltaa. Joo. Joo. Ei. Joo, mulla ollaan kaikki.
Pian Laura joutuu kuitenkin uudestaan sairaalaan.
Mä täytyy tänne ilman 9 aikaa ja supistuksen takia, että tuli vähän sellaisia niin kuin epämääräisiä, että mä oikein tiedän, että oliko se sitten, miten oli sellaisia osoi painepistoksia tuolla alavästössä ja ja mulla on karvia ja mulla on otettu verikokeita ja kosta tulee sit semmonen maha joku piikki, että siinä on pistetään. Noi kätilöt oli kyllä sitä mieltä, että voi olla, että mä pääsen huomenna kotiin. Ihana jos semmoinen olisi päästä.
Laitetaanko Netflix?
Joo, onko mä katsomaan sähköpostit?
Joo, ei mitään kiirettä.
Ja tuli siis.
Ai.
I heard that. Here's Johnny and Tyler discussing last night.
Obviously I know you were angry, but I just think that made me look stupid.
Mikä ohjelma tuu?
I got pissed off. Heat the moment thing. It's not really something I'd normally do, but at the end of the day, I was pissed off. I didn't absolutely did. I'm pissed off. I'm allowed to be pissed off.
Yeah, you're allowed to piss off, but there was like 100 better ways of dealing with it.
Probably would, but I thought it was quite.
But like, do you think someone like Mars would have come out with something like that?
Voi tulla näin paljon.
Joo.
So with Johnny, I'm feeling like I've... The reason Theo picked me is a lot of Johnny's fault. He just put a massive barrier up, and when you put a barrier up in front of the bar, they kind of just want to beat it down. So yeah, you know, I was just a bit angry with how he did the situation. Acting the way he did the whole time he did it. That's just probably pushed him further into wanting to pick me. That's another really immature comment. I also think that's another really immature comment. I'm not blaming anyone, it's just saying that the way you went up to him was wrong. I think you should be doing that, apologise.
Siimoresta näet Maikkarin Subin saman suosikkiohjelmia ilman katkoja. Katso seuraava Yökylässä Maria Veitola jakso jo nyt. Vain seymour.fi. Kodinpinnat kuntoon K-Raudasta. Huudium kestävä ja helposti asennettava Rockridge tammilamina. Nyt alle 8,4 €. Upea kotimainen kutuovellinen Dimmiroll Litra vaatekaappi. Nyt vain 2,99 €. Me autamme. K-Rauta. Ja muovana kuin upea akvamariini. Elegantti jalokivi, joka täydentää tämän henkeä salpaavan kauniin jokaista naista. 18 karatin valkokultainen runko, 32 häikäisevää brillanttia timanttia sekä istutettu 1 karatin ovaalihiottu akvamariini. Hienostunut vaaleansininen jalokivi, joka hehkuu kirkkaana vuodesta toiseen. Ainutlaatuinen sormus säilyy tyylikkäänä äidiltä tyttärelle.
Ei oo mitään kiirteä.
Sormuksen nyt pienissä erissä. Soita heti
Not in hurry.
Sormus toimitetaan kauniissa rakenteessa laatutodistuksen kautta. Toimi heti, sillä sormuksia on vain rajattu ero. Akvamariinin sormus. Ainutlaatuinen. Hanki itsellesi. Yksin joidella vastuuta valoilla. Lidlin supersäästö alkuviikon huipputarjouksessa. Terttu tomaatti, €7,99 kilo. Broilerin sisäfile, €2,99. Laadukkaasti halpa. Olipa kerran kani, joka oli tosi pelottava. Jaa tämä tarina jonkun urhean kanssa. Jaa satuja ja seikkailuja, läheltä tai kaukaa. Storytel avaa lapsellesi oven äänikirjojen maailmaan. Uudet Valio Profiil proteiinivankkaat.
Uutuus Kotipermarketista. Uskomattoman pehmeä Fazer-puikulla pehmeämpi 100 kaura. €35 pussi. K-Supermarket. Tavallista päivityskauppaa.
Mitä ikinä haluatkaan hotellissa tehdä? Trivagon avulla löydät juuri sinulle sopivimman hotellin. Valitse mitä mukavuuksia ja palveluita haluat. Ja Trivago auttaa sinua löytämään toisen esimerkiksi hotellin. Ja löytää loistavaa hintaa. Tämä sinun Hotelli Trivago.
Huokailen.
Jauhelimoissa on eroja. Suomalaisesta naudanrihmasta jauhettu liha
Tää?
sopii erityisesti
No ei mitään tappioita oo tullut, mutta
Koukolan lihantaitajien uudessa
tässä niinku hohailin, kun en oikein tiedä, että mitä mä teen.
Subin ja Alan suosikkiohjelmia ilman katkoja. Jaksoja jo ennen kuin nämä esitetty TV:ssä. Aloita ilmainen kokeilu osoitteessa seymour.fi. Syökö tehdään niinku hyvää ruokaa? Ai.
Ai kauhean.
Varmaan käy Neljän tähden ilta. Maanantaista torstaihin 9. Subin ja MTV:ssä. Maikkarin Subin ja Alan suosikkiohjelmia ilman katkoja. Viikon salkkareiden jakso. Jo nyt vain seymour.fi.
After a day of friction with Theo, Johnny's decided he wants to be the bigger man. Johnny, if it helps, I've got a take-home pair of silver tomorrow.
You doing any better today? Yeah. Look, man, I just wanted to, being personal last night. I got a little bit upset there. I feel like sort of shit was, I don't know what to think. I was really tired, I really wanted to lose my fucking shit. Shouldn't be fucking person to. Real decisions to make. Alright?
Yeah, mate, to be fair, I won't expect that from you. Like, just apology, that is. I appreciate the apology. You got that.
Your place like good, you just got squashed in, don't you?
Yeah,
Good, we're all living together.
good man for doing that.
Heat at the moment, either.
Yeah, happens, mate, and I appreciate the little apology, mate. I understand why you're annoyed as well, and why you might think I'm a bit of a prick or enemy, so to speak.
You know what, like, at the end of the day, I'm gonna try and see where it goes. Don't make it enemy. I don't want to make you feel singled out. And obviously the coupling last night. I was always going to read my fucking sleeve. I mean, I could go back. So look, man, you got to do what you got to do, but just try and respect what I've got going on with her, please.
Yeah,
If she likes you, like her, and make a move, if she's making it clear if she's not you, then she have some respect for me out of it, yeah? And I have respect for you.
I mean, I got that for my own pride as well. I don't want to be knocking on the door that no one's going to answer. Do you know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
I mean, I don't mug myself up at the same time, like, if I try mugging someone else off, so, yeah.
Keep my shit together, right?
Yeah, I'm cool, man. I'm cool.
Cheers.
Squash, man. Good.
Right,
Appreciate it, man.
Yeah.
A good person, big man for doing that, so,
yeah.
appreciate it.
Shit, mate.
Appreciate it.
Speak soon.
It's our first day of ceasefire, but I'd rather be on bad terms with him than good terms, because it makes me feel less guilty when I talk to Tyler. He's going to do me across and be like, oh, I thought we squashed things. And I was like, nah, that's not the game's still on. You know, that didn't mean anything. It's we said we're going to be civil for goodness sake. For now, which we to go along with that for now.
I think it's high time we all moved on from Johnny and Tyler's relationship crisis to Libby and Chris's relationship crisis.
I don't feel like I'm being myself. I don't really be myself all the time that I'm uncomfortable with. I just can't count on this.
Olivia, the good news is there's something you and Chris do agree on. Your relationship's a mess.
I'm just myself now. I don't fucking check it what I'm like. No.
We're just gonna have a chat with them and see what they say.
Yeah, but I will. It's like I struggle biting my tongue a bit stuff, and if it's the same kind of stuff we've been over, like
She's coming back up in a phone. You will be fine. You will suck it up. Mate, that'll be fucking shit.
yeah, exactly. You know, emotionally, where you know it kind of just takes it out of me, and you know I've got a laid back character when it comes to it, and I know I've got this sort of personality. You know, deep down, I'm a sensitive guy myself, and you know, emotionally things can build up in you, and it is tough to deal with.
I've just had a brilliant idea. However, part lunch. I'm going to call it Lumfest.
Oh my god! Elliot, today you're being treated to a romantic brunch in your castle. Please
Onko se on Netflix-ilta?
Se on.
Previously a designated survivor, I would like my daughter to see a woman become vice president.
Thank you, sir. The House Ethics Committee, they are opening investigations into the speaker.
My dad was a great president. Tyler, I have a story for your incredible boss. Lozano was alive, so command the FBI kill was a decoy. Jay Whitaker, Homeland Security Advisor. Lozano was a total soldier. I'm just glad we caught the son of a bitch.
Me too. We've known that someone in the White House made her an designated survivor. This person may still be active. Hey, Jason, need your help.
What do you need?
Patrick Lloyd.
How'd it go? Clockwork. I'm back on track.
glad we had a chance to dig in on this.
You too. If we can expedite TSA screenings without sacrificing security, it's money well spent.
And the president is all about making people's lives easier.
Perhaps we could put this on his radar after the NATO summit?
In the meantime, you get me that data?
Consider it done.
Eikö tää ollut mukana siinä äskeisessä?
Joo, just tuo.
Yes, yes.
So here's something I didn't know when I came to the White House. George Washington ran America's first spy ring during the Revolutionary War. His agents relayed British troop movements.
And they didn't even have cell phones.
He doesn't look very happy.
Well, you probably wouldn't want to smile either if you had wooden teeth. I heard that we had some very special guests here in the White House today.
Including President Richmond's son.
Tyler, really good to see you again.
Same here, Mr. President. Allow me to introduce the student orchestra of Robert Richmond High School in New Orleans.
It is an honor to meet all of you. And I heard a rumor that we're going to get to hear you perform later this afternoon.
I heard that rumor too.
Can't wait to hear it. And if there's anything you need, please don't hesitate to ask. Yes,
Can I take a picture with you?
it'll be my pleasure. Come on.
Thank you for doing this, Mr. President.
Are you kidding? With Leo and Penny up in Camp David, well, it's nice to have young people in the White House again. It's great to see you sharing your passion for music with these students.
Well, I can't take credit. This group is actually part of a national program that funds the arts in public schools.
Oh, that's wonderful.
And unfortunately, it might all come to an end. You see, when the funding was approved, Congress put in a sunset clause, so the grant has to be renewed every 5 years.
When's it expire?
Next month.
Oh.
So this might be the end of playing music for a lot of these kids, and most of their families can't afford private lessons.
Mine couldn't either. I played trumpet in my elementary school band.
I didn't know you played.
I wouldn't exactly call it playing. In fact, it was pretty awful, but it was the experience that mattered.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. Shame on No, my dad introduced me to Brahms. I got him hooked on Radiohead.
I promise you, I will look into the grant.
Thank you, sir. I know this is small stuff compared to everything else you got going on.
No, it's not small stuff. I think every student in this country should have access to the arts for their education. It'll be an honor to help.
I'll see you at the concert.
I can't wait.
I went through all the files. Most of them have to do with Browning Reed.
Maybe she's out in the field and I have to go radio saying,
Look, you know, I know we're going to be talking about this, right? But if she was working something, she would have let me know.
what about Jason Allen? I mean, she did bring him to North Dakota with her, right? Maybe he's talked to her.
I already tried. He doesn't do anything. Besides, Hannah told me she sidelined him anyway.
Where's she staying?
Sir.
Excuse me, ma'am? Secret Service. Could you open this door, please? Anything?
No. She's gone.
Let's check the security camera.
Sorry.
Hey, eyes on the road.
Sorry, Hookstein's ethics committee hearing's about to start.
Well, at least I know what the press is going to ask me about in today's briefing. Everybody loves an ethics scandal, especially given the VP rumors.
The VP rumors are just that, Seth, rumors.
This is Washington. Things have a tricky way of becoming reality.
Let's just see how this hearing goes.
Hey, you didn't say anything about my haircut.
That looks good.
You didn't even notice.
I mean, it looks the same. It always looks great. What is what?
I got it for the trip.
Wow, I didn't realize you were so excited for a NATO summit.
Not for NATO. I figure I'll be taking a lot of pictures on Air Force One.
Oh, you've been on a plane before, right?
Not this one.
Oh my God.
What my colleagues and I are here to determine is whether or not there was any quid pro quo involved between your trip to Turkey and your subsequent co-sponsorship of the military aid bill to that country.
I appreciate your candor, Congresswoman, so I can categorically deny that there was any connection between the two events. The trip was about agricultural methods, period.
Did anyone from the Turkish military or government contact you in your time in Turkey to discuss military aid of any nature?
No, they did not.
So it's just a coincidence that everyone who went on the trip with you later voted in favor of the military aid package?
Congressman Saldua, 279 other members of Congress also supported that bill, sir. And by question, you are not only impugning my integrity, but also that of my colleagues who are no longer here to defend themselves.
That wasn't my intent, Madam Speaker.
If I may, all of you are new to Congress. But one thing we have in common is the oath we took to uphold the Constitution. I've always done my best to live up to that oath. There may be little hard evidence here for you to investigate, but there is a lifetime of public service to consider. And that's what's at stake here. And that's also my best bet. My record and my reputation. When it comes time to vote, I hope you will vote on that.
Of course, they only have one working camera. There's Wells. The hell? Damn it. Mr. President, you wanted to see me? It's about Agent Wells, sir. What about her? She's been kidnapped. Kidnapped? How? Last night, in the parking lot of her motel, a van pulled up and they grabbed her. Who? We don't know, sir. We traced the vehicle, the plates came back stolen. I want every agency on this. It's already done. What was she closing in on? She was looking into Browning Reed, a former military contractor. Agent Wells is convinced that the ex-CEO Patrick Lloyd's involved in the conspiracy. Did she have any evidence? Right now, it's just a working theory. We don't have anything directly tying into the bombing yet. No smoking gun, but we got eyes on him 24/7.
Lloyd lives in Virginia, but lately he's been traveling the country building up his political profile.
This afternoon, he's speaking to an alt-right gathering downtown. Use every resource available to you, but find Agent Wells. Yes, sir.
Some people still buy this stuff, huh?
What can I say? Hipsters love analog. I got a shotgun mic and receiver, range of 1,000 yards. The nano tracker inside, negligible weight difference. Tracking radius of 10 miles.
Perfect.
So what happened? You ever run out of toys?
Thank you for the quick turnaround. I owe you.
Mr. President, I have something I think you're going to want
It's
to
about the
hear.
NATO summit.
I'm on it. I just came from meeting the new French ambassador. And the first thing he wanted to talk about was nukes.
What about them?
Liberals in France have been railing against nuclear escalation for decades. But now even the conservatives are beginning to wonder why they're spending so much damn money just to maintain weapons in Europe. Ambassador Bouvard broadly hinted that it's an opening to de-escalate, Tom.
Well, fine, but unless I'm missing something, if we reduce our arsenal, what stops our adversaries from taking advantage?
If the West could show Russia that we were serious about laying down our weapons, they might see that it's safe for them to start laying down theirs.
And if they don't?
Well, we do it incrementally. And if there's no reciprocity, we stop. But it's a chance. It's a chance I never got, Mr. President.
It would take more than France and the United States. The entire alliance would have to be on.
Absolutely. The details are all in here. In the meantime, I will need permission to open a backdoor communication with the French and a few of our other NATO partners. We'll have to act fast. This time tomorrow, everyone will be headed to Toronto for the summit.
Let's give it a shot.
Yes, sir.
Thank you both.
Trenton PD called in the plate 15 minutes ago.
Empty?
Yeah, top to bottom. It's not like they're gonna leave us any breadcrumbs.
Well, it's better than her being in there.
Yeah. But if they didn't take her to kill her.
And what do they want with her?
Where's Masano? You tell him I want to talk to him.
I understand, sir. The problem, though, isn't public support for the issue. It's the mining and utility companies that put up the biggest fight.
Clean water shouldn't even be a fight. These companies that you're talking about need to start working for the future.
You know that
Yes, se oli pitkät kahvit.
think about bottom line costs.
Well, if their only concern is cost, you should remind them how much it costs to clean up their mess, especially after we start finding them.
Yes, sir, Mr. President.
Thank you, Brian. Thank you all. Kimball, please. So, how did the hearing go?
Honestly, I don't know. I think I represented myself well. Aaron thought I did, but it's a hard room to read.
I'm sure you knocked it out of the park.
But, sir, even if the Ethics Committee finds no wrongdoing, the accusation will always be out there.
Kimball, I said I would stand behind you. I meant it.
Thank you, sir. In the meantime, I intend to keep doing my job. The business of governing doesn't stop even for an ethics inquiry.
Speaking of which, I met with President Richmond's son Tyler this morning. He was with a group of music students from a high school in New Orleans that had just been named after his father. Now, he told me that their music program was going to lose their funding. How familiar are you with the federal art grants that make these kind of programs possible?
I remember that bill. The sunset clause was added to get it past some of my more conservative colleagues.
How fast do you think we can get Congress to reauthorize the grant?
I wish I could help you and Tyler with this, sir, but it has to go through the Ways and Means Committee, which is chaired by Owen Saldua, who just happens to be leading the charge against me in the Ethics Committee.
You're kidding me.
Unfortunately, no. I don't have any leverage with him right now. But you might. Saldua's an independent. He might just listen to you.
Okay, I'll reach out to him.
Thanks again, Mrs. Kirkman, for showing us how close it is.
Please calm down. It was great, and it made me happy. Those kids, they're so passionate about what they're doing. They adore you.
Well, I'm just lucky they let me hang around.
Oh, come on, don't sell yourself short. I could tell you have a way with them.
Well, it's been good for me, too.
Mm-hmm.
How are you doing?
The kids are good, really. Camp David's been a change. Not so much for Penny, because she sees everything as an adventure, but Leo, I think he thinks we're punishing him.
Yeah. Know how hard it can be. Me being part of all this. And you didn't even sign up for it.
Well, neither did you, but you seem to cope really well. I guess it's not easy for anyone, right? I used to want my kids to have extraordinary lives. And now I just want some semblance of ordinary, you know.
From my experience, kids can bounce back from a lot. What matters is that you stick together.
Right this way, Mr. Boyd. Excuse me. Sorry. Okay, thank you. Place all metal objects in the tray before stepping through the metal detector. So, your lapel pin. You're kidding, right? It's a very sensitive machine. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Easy like Sunday morning.